It's a cliche, isn't it? The year is new, so now you can be new too, or you can have a new life. As if any other time of year, reinventing yourself, improving yourself, or transforming yourself wouldn't be appropriate. But the new year is when you get triggered to give serious consideration to some proactive manifestation, vision boarding, goal setting, you name it. So who am I to argue with it? Let's go with it instead. These are 3 things that are the most potent ways to massive progress for the new year. Number 1, a strategic planning or vision retreat. I do one of these just about every year. A one-day retreat helps me to set goals, plan the year, and take ownership of the changes to come. Without that kind of retreat, I find that most of my clients tend to become victims of circumstance, or they bow to someone else's agenda rather than their own. Now, I've covered why these retreats are so important in this video here. You can check it out in the tag. And I covered in a lot more detail than I'm going to here, so check it out if you want. But the bottom line is, when you're clear on your vision of the future and how you're going to get there, power flows to you. Resources, energy, momentum, those things usually come along for the ride. People need a plan. As it says in the Bible, without a vision, people perish. In fact, you'll resort to following someone else with a vision, even if their vision isn't in your best interest. If you expect to lead other people, you'd better have a vision, because everyone who follows you, they need a vision as well. People without a vision follow people with a vision. The real question is, do you want to be a follower or a leader? That strategic vision retreat, it puts you in a leadership role. It puts you in the driver's seat, at least of your own life, if not leading other people in theirs. I put together a detailed guide to how I personally run these retreats for myself and other businesses that I coach. You can watch it by clicking in the tag or the link in the description. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Join or build a mastermind. The power of the mastermind has been well documented, starting probably in the book Think and Grow Rich. If you want extraordinary success, you'll likely need ideas and resources and connections and experience and abilities that you don't have. But other people, they do have those things. Put a few of the right people in your mastermind, and you now have access to all the resources you need beyond your own. And look, this isn't very hard to do, since most people have skills, resources, experience, and knowledge that you do not have access to except through a mastermind. Have the mastermind, you'll get their resources. Now, I've been a part of my own personal mastermind for over 2 decades, and it's been life-changing. In fact, I wrote an article recently about one particular mastermind meeting that made me over $100,000. So you can check that out in a tag here, or check the link in the description. Now, if you want to join my mastermind, just reach out to me in the comments, or find my how to contact info in the description, and just let me know. I'll send you the details. Regardless of the mastermind that you're a part of, I do think it's critical to join one. What's unfortunate is I've actually had clients and friends that joined my own mastermind, and then they blew it off just after a few meetings. And there's always a reason, there's always an excuse. But when I come to these same clients and friends and I ask them, what mastermind are you gonna be a part of? They draw a blank. And so the conversation was that this mastermind wasn't up to snuff for them, but they're not really committed to being a part of any mastermind. So just be careful of the excuses for any of these methods, like that's not for me, or that didn't work, or I don't like that. It's like usually these are just reasons why you won't follow through on what's really necessary for you to get what you need. A mastermind like the one that I'm in, it makes me see what I've never seen before. And the members of your mastermind can show you what's possible through their experiences and their contributions to you, to your life, to your business. Okay, I got one more, a third suggestion for what's really going to accelerate your progress in this new year. Get an accountability coach. Look, I'm going to level with you here because I think you know the truth. The fact is, if you don't do those things that you've been putting off, you'll never achieve what you want. If you don't bite the bullet, dig deep, and do the hard thing, you'll just keep treading water year after year after year after year, and yes, eventually you do die without having lived the life that you deserve. But it doesn't have to be that way. You could get off your butt and go for it. But the likelihood of you doing that without an accountability coach riding you, slim chance. I recently talked about how accountability is the one thing that everyone needs but nobody wants. Just got off of Instagram watching a guy who's probably worth in the $100+ million range. His name is Gary Vee, for those that are familiar with the name. He's a well-known media personality as well. He said that the most important thing is accountability. The irony in that is that it's the big thing that supposedly is so valuable, that Gary will say is so critical, so important to success, to getting what you want in life, but it's the one thing that no one wants. Nobody wants accountability. So I have proof that nobody wants it. Not just the thousands of clients I've worked with. None of them want the accountability to get the work done. I can teach you how to be a better marketer. I can teach you how to be a better coach. You can go to someone who can teach you how to build muscle, lose fat, how to find the mate of your dreams. The information is available pretty much for free now. You can get high quality information for pennies on the dollar compared to what it was like in the past when there was no internet. So if you're not producing results other than a physical impediment, and by the way, bad circumstances, that's not an excuse either, because, well, take different action, you change your circumstances. So other than a specific unchangeable physical impediment, you have no excuse. It's literally just lack of action, which, why wouldn't you take action? Lack of accountability. And that's what you don't want, that you need. It's the most valuable thing on earth. Just tastes like medicine, tastes like Brussels sprouts. Take it like it's required, and like it's not optional. Makes sense? Without accountability, people do as little as possible. Personally, I do as little as possible without any accountability. And as little as possible, that's toxic to your dreams. If that's all you're up for, frankly, giving up on your dreams is more appropriate. Stop talking about your dreams. Stop making plans for a day that will never come. I mean, I hate to be that brutally blunt, but if that's what it takes to provoke you, inspire you, or light a fire under you, then I'll do it. Ongoing accountability is not tolerable for everyone, but at least consider doing a challenge or a 90-day acceleration program like we provide to our clients. In our program, you commit to specific actions, we measure your progress weekly, and you continue to get accountability coaching throughout that 90-day period. But you get the progress during that 90 days at least. One thing is for certain if you participate in an acceleration program like I just described, whether it's ours or somebody else's, assuming that they have real accountability for you in that program like ours, you will take a lot more action than you ever thought possible. Much more than if you hadn't done the program. Now, I cover a little bit more about running a program like this in a short that I just made a few months ago, and you can check it out here. I put a link in the tag. It's also in the description. It's not hard or expensive to get accountability. You can ask a friend or a family member to support you. You can hire someone to keep track of your progress. I mean, you can sign up for our accelerated program for 90 days. It costs a few $100. Just comment below, contact me directly. My contact info is in the description somewhere, and I'll send you the details. But either way, whatever you do to get that accountability, anyone can access accountability if they're serious about it. I mean, even our Quick Start Bootcamp includes accountability. We put together a Quick Start Bootcamp for coaches that are getting started in their coaching businesses. And that accountability is one of the primary reasons why so many new coaches started their coaching businesses. Many getting new paying clients in 30 days or less using the accountability that we provide during the bootcamp. It ain't rocket science. It's just accountability. So what did I miss? Are there any New Year's best practices that you find valuable? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know, and I promise I'll respond. Also, I've got another video where I cover 4 more New Year's resolutions that you can check out right here. And I also have an entire playlist on accountability coaching. You can check that out here if you're a glutton for that sort of thing. If you thought some of these points are valuable, please like the video. And if you want to see more like this in the future, I post new videos just about every week. So just subscribe, hit the bell so you'll get the reminders when I post a new one. And I'll talk to you then. Happy New Year.